All right, we're continuing our countdown of the top 10 coaches in the National Football League. Number 10, Doug Peterson of the Jaguars. Number 9, Mike Vrabel of the Titans. Number 8, drum roll, please, Kyle Shanahan of the San Francisco 49ers. And when I talk about number 7, I'll maybe get in a little bit more detail about why I went Shanahan 8 instead of 7. But Shanahan's number 8, and he could be higher, should be higher. I've said in the past that he's got the potential to be the next Bill Belichick. He is an excellent coach when it comes to two things. And I think he works very well with John Lynch, the GM of the team. Even though Shanahan, I think, is the guy who calls the shots, Lynch is very good at finding players who remind him of him. Guys who are rough and tumble, roll out of bed, and will kick your ass and run through a wall and don't need to practice tackling to the ground to know how to tackle you to the ground. They are a very aggressive, violent, sudden team. And I think Lynch has an uncanny knack for spotting the players who will attack in kind of a raw, visceral way that he did. Shanahan draws up offensive game plans unlike any other, with the run game being the key. He knows how to exploit weaknesses in a defense. He knows how to take advantage of trends that he sees on film. He knows how to construct blocking schemes that will pop guys free and gain major chunks of yards and completely demoralize a defense and soften it up for the pass game. His Achilles heel has been the quarterback position. He hasn't been able to find a guy who can consistently stay healthy and consistently perform at a high level. That's why he's number 8. He's number 8 in part because he could have had Patrick Mahomes, but he didn't even scout Patrick Mahomes. Because as the 2017 draft approached, Shanahan believed he was going to sign Kirk Cousins as a free agent the next year, so he didn't bother. That's a whiff. That's a major whiff. You got to do that full study when you're in that position, when you're holding the 3rd overall pick in the draft, and you know that your quarterback position isn't settled. You look at everyone. You study everything. You make the time to look at those incoming quarterbacks, and you may see something that you're like. Now, I think at the time, Shanahan's approach was, I want a guy who will run my offense exactly as it's designed, because if I can find a guy who runs my offense as it's designed, if he does it effectively, the sky's the limit. And that's a vestige of the days where successful quarterback play was take the play that's called and run it. And if you do it right, it'll work and we'll keep moving the ball and we'll score points. In recent years, we've seen a premium placed on the quarterback who can make chicken salad out of the play that goes haywire. And I think that the later mistake by the 49ers, the decision to trade up to get Trey Lance, who presumably brings that skill to the table, but hasn't been able to stay on the field and currently is mired at number 3 on the depth chart, I believe. I think that's where he's going to be when the season starts. It'll be Brock Purdy, Sam Darnold, and Trey Lance. That's another reason why Shanahan is lower than he could be and lower than he should be. I mean, he's still top 10, but they've been to 1 Super Bowl. They had a rough start when he arrived. They should have won that Super Bowl. And if he had Kirk Cousins at quarterback for that game, they would have won that Super Bowl. And I know that the Kirk Cousins haters, and I'm in the love him not camp, would go, oh, come on. Yes, Kirk Cousins, because Kirk Cousins stays healthy. And Kirk Cousins will run the offense as it's constructed. He'll do what Kyle Shanahan wants him to do, and Shanahan knows it because he's already done it. So you got all these great players you put around Cousins. I mean, Cousins isn't going to carry a team to a championship, but he's good enough to allow himself to be carried along with a championship team. They'd have 2 Super Bowl wins, I believe, if they had gotten Kirk Cousins. And that's where the whiff when it came to Mahomes in 2017 got compounded, because instead of waiting for Cousins, and Chris Sims' theory is they just freaked out because they were so bad right out of the gates. They were losing and losing and losing. We had to do something. Jimmy Garoppolo's available. Let's just go get him. Let's give up a 2nd-round pick to get him in lieu of waiting for Kirk Cousins. So first mistake, not scouting Mahomes. Second mistake, not holding firm on the desire to get Kirk Cousins and going after Jimmy Garoppolo instead. Third mistake, trading up for Trey Lance. It's only gone right with the selection of Brock Purdy with the final pick in the 2022 draft, assuming he can stay healthy. Everything was fine until it wasn't. Will he be healthy for week one? If not him, will it be Sam Darnold? And that's the only thing I think holding me back from saying this is the Super Bowl favorite out of the NFC. I think it's still going to be the Eagles because we just don't know what the 49ers are going to be able to do. And are they going to be able to stay healthy, especially at the quarterback position? So Shanahan, number 8. And if he can settle down that quarterback position and get consistent play and get to a Super Bowl again and win it, he's going to go up dramatically on that list.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.